Welcome back. So now I'm discussing about C bar T of timer 0 and timer 1. So you know the mode selection M1 and 0 in the previous slide. So now C bar T is nothing but a selection of timer or a counter. C stands for counter, T stands for timer. So it is used to decide whether the timer is used as a time generator or an event counter. Okay. So here if C bar T is equal to 0 means it is used as a timer for the time delay generation. Okay. So if C bar T is equal to 1 means it is used for event counter, means it acts as a counter. So here you can see timer or a counter selected, so cleared for timer operation. So I told if you are want to use as a timer operation, you have to put 0 in that bit. Suppose you are using as a counter operation, you have to set, means you have to put 1 in that bit. So input for this timer operation is from internal system clock. So prior to the timer start, you are giving a internal system clock. Using that internal system clock, the timer is going to be started, and whatever the values you are going to load in TH and TL, that is going to be start calculating. Okay, so the input for this timer operation is from internal system clock. Okay, same thing when you are using for counter operation, the input is given from the TX input pin. So there is a TX pin from 8051. So from that TX pin the input is given, so that time it will starts for event counting. Okay, so here C bar T is also there in timer 0 and timer 1. Suppose you are using timer 0, so you have to put 0 here. If you are using timer 1, you have to put 0 when you are using as a timer operation. Okay, so I told that it has to be cleared for timer operation. So when it is acting as a timer operation, you have to give input from internal system clock. Okay, so here the clock source for the time delay is the crystal frequency of 8051. So crystal frequency, you know, that is 11.0592 megahertz. Okay, approximately 12 megahertz. So that has to be given. So the clock source for the time delay is the crystal frequency of the 8051. Okay, so how the clock source for timer is going to be given? As you know, every timer needs a clock pulse to tick. Okay, so if C bar T is equal to 0, the crystal frequency attached to the 8051 is the source of the clock for the timer. So this means that the size of the crystal frequency attached to the 8051 also decides the speed at which the microcontroller 8051 timer ticks. Okay, so the frequency for the timer is always 1/12 the frequency of crystal attached to the 8051. If you take any frequency value of a timer, that frequency will be divided by 12, means it is a 1/12 of the crystal attached to the 8051. So that the any frequency of a timer will be divided by 12, then you will get one more new frequency, and for that new frequency if you do 1 by f, means 1 by new frequency, you are going to get the speed. Okay, speed means time delay of that particular value. Okay, so like that, so C bar T, where you can give input from internal system clock. Okay, so next bit, the last bit of timer 0 and timer 1 is for gate. Okay, you can see gate for timer 0 and timer 1. So here both timer 0 and timer 1 have the gate bit. Okay, which is a 1 bit, all are 1 bit. So what is its purpose? What's the purpose of that gate bit? Okay, so this is used, so every timer has a means of starting and stopping, means whenever the timer name comes, you have to start the timer and you have to stop the timer at some value, right? So in order to stop the and start the timers, so this gate bit is going to be used. Okay, some timers do this by software and some timers will do by hardware, or some timers will do this by both hardware and software. But here in 8051 you can go for both. You can do it for either in hardware or either in software. Okay, so the timers in 8051 have both, means some both software and hardware to control that starting and stopping the timer. Okay, so that's why the timers in the 8051 have both. Either you can start stop the timer either by software or either by hardware. Okay, the start and the stop of the timer are connected by the way of software by the TR, means TR stands for timer start, T stands for timer, R stands for start. Okay, so TR in total TR starts for timer start bits. Okay, and you are going to use start the timer, the instructions you are going to use is TR0 and TR1. We say that as a mnemonics. Okay, so in order to start and stop of the timer are connected by the way of software by TR bits, that is TR0 and TR1. Suppose you are using timer 0, so you have to use a mnemonic to start the timer for timer 0 is TR0. You are using timer 1, you want to start the timer 1, you have to use a mnemonic called TR1. So TR stands for timer start. So once you load the value in TH and TL, so automatically it will not count. You have to start the timer. So how to start the timer? That is decided by TRX, that is TR0 and TR1. TR0 means timer starts for timer 0, timer starts for timer 1. Okay, so this is achieved by the instruction. So I told now you have to start the timer, okay, using software. So how you can write the instructions for that? So this is achieved by the instruction, say set bit B. Okay, set bit B is the instructions to start the timer. Okay, so set bit B means SETB, set bit B is to start the timer. Okay, CLR, clear, is to stop the timer. Suppose you want to start the timer of timer 0, you have to write the instruction called set bit B, means set B TR0. If you want to start the timer for TR0, that is set bit B TR0. Okay, so I will show here how we are going to